Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Naruto Chapter 666. And in this chapter, in the beginning of it, Madara looks down at Obito's arm, and he sees it starting to, flicker and stuff. It has, chakra flowing around it, so he realizes that Obito is stealing his chakra. So he tries to attack him, but Obito just phases right through, and Obito jumps back, or maybe it was Madara jump back. But Obito stretches his arm out. He stretches his arm out, I guess, using. Yeah, okay. It's like it wasn't his real arm. It was like a chakra arm. So he was doing the tug of war thing with Madara. All right. He grabbed onto Madara though. In reality, he stabbed him and started sucking his chakra out. Then Madara jumped back, but the chakra was still there. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. It's like tug of war, and he started trying to steal chakra. He ended up stealing the Eight Tails chakra and parts of the Eight Tails chakra and the One Tails chakra. And we see Madara jumping back, and his staff, he's holding the wrong staff. Like I said it last week, but Madara's staff is a half moon type of staff, while Obito's is more like an Onmyoji staff. It has the full circle and then the rings around it. But Madara was holding the full circle staff with the rings around it, which is a mistake on Kishi's part, especially since earlier in the chapter he was holding the half moon staff. So that's a mistake on Kishi's part. But the editors should have caught that too. That's the editor's job, to make sure everything's right. Ice cream. But it's the editor's job to make sure everything is right and there aren't any mistakes or anything like that. So they messed up. They did it with Bleach a while back too, with what's his face, and he didn't have his eye patch anymore. Where was that? Oh yeah, Obito stole a chakra. Madara jumped back. When I say he, I mean Obito. Obito yells back at Kakashi and tells him to send Sakura and Naruto to the other dimension. Okay? And Kakashi realizes, oh, you're planning on giving Naruto the Nine Tails chakra in the other dimension. Okay. So he does that, and Obito tries to go to the other dimension, but he's stopped by Madara. Madara prevents it by attacking him, because when Obito is transferring between worlds, between dimensions, he has to materialize. Okay, so yeah, he has to stop the transfer from one dimension to another and block Madara's attacks. Kakashi shows up, and then two of them. Oh, yeah, there was this random flashback. Who cares? It was a random flashback, completely irrelevant. Whatever. All right. Madara, during that flashback, was trying to figure out how exactly to go about the situation. She was trying to develop a plan of attack, and he mentioned this one attack called Limbo. I think that's a new attack. I don't think that's the attack he used against the tailed beasts. I thought it was something different than that. I think this is a new attack. But hey, it might not be. It might be manga stream changing the translation. They've done it in the past, like with Fairy Tail. They change people's names all the time. Yeah, it's a Rinnegan move, I'm assuming. And so he says instead of doing that, he's going to just attack both of them at once, which is what he does. And it turns out both of them used Kamui at the same time, because right eye and left eye together. When the eyes are together, that's when the Sharingan shows its true power. Blah blah blah. That stuff. We've heard it before. It's why Obito can't use Susanoo, because he doesn't have both eyes. But yeah, they both use Kamui. The speed gets doubled to transfer in speed, so Obito gets there real quick. Madara's attack doesn't hit him in time, and Kakashi ends up getting saved by Guy. Alright, Guy shows up. The teaser text said that he was going to open the 8 gates, or open the 8th gate in the next chapter, I think. Madara recognized him and said, I've seen you somewhere before. I don't really think it means anything, though. I really don't. If you recall, well, there are two things that could possibly refer to. One was when Madara first showed up at the battlefield. It was him and Obito versus Naruto, Kakashi, Killer Bee, and Guy. So it's natural for him to recognize Guy. since he was fighting him not too long ago. The other thing is that it could be referring to is the fact that when Obito and Madara were standing on top of the Ten Tails and controlling it, Naruto used threw a Rasen Shuriken at Obito, I believe. And Lee, after Neji died, Lee came and did like a flying roundhouse kick or spinning roundhouse kick on Madara. So he might recognize Guy because of Lee, since the two of them are pretty much the same. So it could be one of those two things. But I don't think it really means much. As who are you? I don't think that means anything either. I think it just means he didn't recognize Madara in Sage mode. I mean, it's not Sage mode. It's Sage of Six Paths mode. Sage of Six Paths mode. There we go. He didn't recognize him as the Jinchuriki since his design changed. So I don't really think those two things really mean. Those two lines really mean anything. But yeah, Obito gets sent into the other dimension, and he gives the Nine Tails chakra to Naruto. What he did with the One Tails and Eight Tails chakra, that I'm not sure. He might have given that to Naruto too, or he might have kept it for himself so that he can still fight. I don't know. Maybe he'll go and find Killer Bee lying somewhere in the middle of nowhere, because I don't know where he is. Maybe he'll go and find Killer Bee and try to help him out too. I don't know. Killer Bee's dead. Like this dude's gotta be dead. If Naruto is on death's doorstep, then Killer Bee's long gone. Alright, that dude must be long gone. Alright. I don't know why Kishi's just ignoring Killer Bee. Like he gotta confirm the death, man. You gotta confirm. There's no way he's alive. If he is alive, then that's stupid. Unless he comes up with a real... No, it doesn't matter what explanation he comes up with. It's stupid either way. Unless someone went over there to help him. No, it still doesn't matter. It still doesn't matter. Yeah, dude, Killer Bee's gotta be dead. I need a confirmation. But that's really it for the chapter. There was this one scene where Minato was crawling across the ground with a kunai in his knife. A kunai in his knife. Wow. With a kunai in his mouth. And I thought he was going to do something like Flying Thunder God in front of one of the attacks that was going towards Obito and Kakashi or something like that. But no, he didn't do anything. He was just crawling on the ground. He's like, Obito, go save my son for me. Like, come on, man. Come on. He might as well have just not been in the chapter at all, especially since all he did was give us a flashback. Like, he should have just not been in the chapter at all. But yeah, that's it for this chapter. Overall, if I didn't include the flashback in the chapter, I'd actually say it was like a 7.5 out of 10, because the story is progressing. But because of the stupid flashback, I'll just take 0.5 away and give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.